Hi, I'm Regan Vezina, and I'm here to talk to you today about the prominent community streetwear-based brand, theHundreds. Now, if you haven't heard of them, that's a good thing, and they want to keep it that way. And I hadn't heard of them either until I was in a bookstore with a friend, and I saw the coolest looking book titled "This Is Not a T-Shirt." And I saw that it was 50% off, so I just decided to buy it. And since reading it, I've learned a lot about the true roots of this streetwear trend. Virgil Abloh was quoted saying once that streetwear is dead, but after reading the book, I have to disagree. Streetwear is the armor of a culture. It can't just die, it can only move forward, change. Bobby Kim, better known as Bobby Hundreds, has proved this. He and his partner Ben Shahsafar have created a successful streetwear brand standing strong, underlining the border of mainstream, adding to the culture and dressing it up from the ankles up. Streetwear at one point was just sneakerheads giving each other silent nods of approval in public to later share their amazing finds on Nike Talk. This was the first and only public forum of its kind, home to those who got it. A notable few were Ben Baller, John Mayer, Neek of the Antisocial Social Club, and Whale Rapper, and obviously the Hundreds. Nike Talk was the platform for their first marketing campaign. Nike Talk featured the thread "What Did You Wear Today?" WDYWT for short, where sneakerheads would essentially post their outfit of the day mirror selfies before they were even given that title. Typically, photos featured retro sneakers and blank canvas t-shirts. The Hundreds took to their tribe and matched their graphic tees with the shoes from their own collections, and then posted these photos to the WDYWT thread. This was the Hundreds' first time taking their name to public forum. They had chosen their tribe, and the tribe chose them back. In their eyes, the Hundreds was one of them, effectively cementing their name into the culture. All of the Hundreds' marketing endeavors have been creative, playfully targeting their niche market by always sticking to punk salutes, posting flyers demanding "Don't let the Hundreds into New York" all over the city before opening their first East Coast flagship. And this wasn't the first time they had gone the flyer route either. As Bobby Hundreds said, "When everyone goes right for the internet, you veer left into the physical." The Hundreds have been responsible for probably millions of flyers, some of which they used to reupholster the University of California campus in its entirety, like this one, just a satirical post. A sizable portion of the flyers, too, were printed free off their website by fans of their site and posted them all over LA. Every flyer, every t-shirt, and every forum post directed people to the Hundreds website. The Hundreds is not about the product, but it's about the people and the stories they represent. Bobby Hundreds once commented on his own merchandise, saying that it's more of concert merchandise. You buy it because you want the world to know you were there. And Bobby's blog was the first part of the site to gain attention. It's what drew people to become friends of the brand, not just wearers, like so much of streetwear has become today. Bobby's blog is how he got his followers to do his marketing for him by downloading the free flyer and posting it all over LA. The blog also allowed for his tribe to contact him when they saw a brand emergency, not that they saw it that way. One morning, his inbox was flooded with images of Atom Bomb all over an American Eagle boxer. Bobby noted this clear ripoff as standard in an industry where the line between copied and inspired is often smudged, but the community wondering if it's the first in an installment of American Eagle times the Hundreds collaboration was a huge threat to their brand integrity and therefore the company. The Hundreds fought American Eagle over their coveted Atom Bomb. It was hard for them to get a wholesale account if a garment didn't feature their shocked atom. When American Eagle offered a licensing agreement, the Hundreds said no. When the Hundreds demanded that the boxer be taken down across stores in America, they eventually folded, donating the boxers to kids in Africa. And this wasn't the first time the Hundreds had been ripped off either. After their t-shirt drop in 2004 featuring the graphic "Hip Hop is Dead" with all its deceased icons, Nas came out with an album with the same title in 2006. And obviously the Hundreds did not go after Nas for this. Nas is a prominent rapper in the community, and more importantly, he's a part of their community. This name drop of theirs was a good thing for them. Unlike American Eagle featuring them in the mall, it is not their target market whatsoever. The Hundreds in their early years would try to get their names out by going to trade shows, and what they realized was that buyers were only walking up to tables where they knew the name of the brands. So they decided to just employ this black tarp strategy. And if you will, this black screen represents their black tarp strategy, which was just covering their merchandise so that buyers couldn't just see it. They had to ask. And what this did was it created kind of a relationship between the buyer that did get to see their merchandise. They felt like they were included in the culture, in the community, and in that way, the Hundreds was also included. They were able to share what they were proud of, and they were able to direct them to the website. So with all of that said, I would say that the Hundreds was an extremely successful brand, or is an extremely successful brand. They have many logos to mascot their brand, and all of them are effective. The wildfire logo, which has been featured on all of these slides, was created with the idea that passion begets passion. And with the right people behind you, you can start a wildfire. And this definitely is true for the Hundreds. And it was definitely true for their brick and mortar stores as well. They opened 4 flagship stores, but they did have to close 3 of them after they opened later on in the decade. Bobby attributes this to not having a clear plan for the company. They had dreams for it, and obviously the means to achieve them are much harder than actually achieving them. And luckily for them, it didn't affect their consumer base at all because of Bobby's blog. So yeah, thank you for listening.